How to study effectively. 8 methods that guarantee to improve your grade. Do you know reading is not studying? Because you are neither actively engaging in the material you are reading, nor actively processing the information by using your brain. Do you study hard by highlighting your textbook and taking a lot of notes? Do you have a hard time to memorize everything and feeling overwhelmed before your exam? Well, you are not alone. Do you know the most important things you learn in college is not the content you learn? Instead, it is all about how to study. Once you master a good study skill, you will have a full confidence and competence to master any subject quickly and effectively. In this video, we will show you 8 proven methods of active learning. They will work like a charm and dramatically boost your grade. Number 1. Study before bedtime. Sleep is crucial for brain function, memory formation, and learning. Studying before you sleep, whether it is reviewing flashcards or notes, can help improve recall. Creating a memory occurs in 3 stages: acquisition, consolidation, and recall. Acquisition is when you actually encounter and attempt to learn new information, while consolidation is the neurological process of incorporating the information into a memory. These are both essential for recall, or accessing the information later. The crucial consolidation step appears to happen when we are sleeping. During this time, our brain creates the neurological connections that enable us to retain the information. When consolidation happens shortly after acquisition, recall is improved. Instead of pulling an all-biter, studying a few hours before bedtime, and then reviewing the information when you are awake in the morning seem to work the best.
9.
Number 2. Exercise before studying.
10.
Exercise fights fatigue and increase your energy level. If you're struggling to find the motivation to study, consider adding an exercise routine to your day. It doesn't have to be a full hour at the gym. It can be a 20-minute workout at home or a brisk walk around your neighborhood. Anything to get your heart rate pumping. When you do any type of intense physical activity, it causes blood to flow to the brain. This in turn fires up your neurons and promotes cell growth, particularly in the hippocampus. This means that just 20 minutes of exercise before studying can improve your concentration and help you focus your learning. Number 3. Spacing out your studying time. What is spaced practice? Spaced practice is the exact opposite of cramming. When you cram, you study for a long, intense period of time before an exam. When you space out your learning, you take that same amount of study time, but spread it out across a much longer period of time. How do I use spaced practice? 1. Plan a spaced learning schedule ahead of time using the syllabus as a guide. Create a schedule where you start preparing for the exam early, weeks ahead ideally, and continue doing so at regular intervals until the actual exam date. Your learning should be distributed out over days or weeks. 2. Spend time preparing for the course at regular, periodic intervals. Follow through with your plans by completing multiple learning sessions at regular intervals. Unlike cramming, each session does not need to be very long, and does not need to cover all course materials. You should divide up materials across the different sessions. Number 4. Recalling information using retrieval practice. What is retrieval practice? Retrieval practice involves recreating something you've learned in the past from your memory, and thinking about it right now. Retrieval practice boosts learning by pulling information out of your heads, rather than cramming information into your heads. How should you practice retrieval? Take practice tests. Make your own quiz questions. Create your flashcards. Create your own concept maps. Take practice tests. If your teacher provides practice tests, or there are practice questions in your textbook, make sure to do them, but without looking at your book or notes. Make your own questions. If you don't have practice questions, you can make your own questions. Read the section of your textbook carefully, jotting down what you feel are the key points and important information to remember. Write questions that would elicit these key points as responses. Write the answers in a separate list from the questions, so that you can practice answering the questions later without seeing the answers. Create your own flashcards. Flashcards are popular for studying your notes, textbooks, and key concepts in the materials. Write the concept's name on one side of the card. Write the definition on the back of the flashcard. Remember to practice retrieving more than just the concept and definition from your flashcard. Try connecting concepts or remembering how two concepts are similar/different. Create your own concepts. Concept map or mind mapping involves writing down a central theme and thinking of new and related ideas. It allows learners to visually organize information in a diagram. Making one is simple. There is no right or wrong way to make a concept map. The one key step is to focus on the ways ideas are linked to each other. Number 5. The Feynman Technique. The best way to learn anything. The Feynman Technique is a mental model that uses concise thoughts and simple language to convey information. It is based on the idea that if you want to understand something well, explain it simply. That is, if we try to explain a concept in our own words, we will most likely understand it much faster. There are 4 steps to the Feynman Technique. Number 1. Choose a concept you want to learn about. Number 2. Explain it to a 12-year-old in simple language. Number 3. Reflect, refine and simplify. Number 4. Organize and review. According to Mortimer Adler, the person who says he knows what he thinks but cannot express it, usually does not know what he thinks. Number 6. The Leitner System, a brain stimulation game. In most cases, our brains are unable to digest all the information at once. Most of the ideas we learn tend to be forgotten. Our brains are better able to absorb and digest information, because to the Leitner System's emphasis on spaced repetition and active recall. According to each learner's individual requirements or preferences, the Leitner System allows students to devote various amounts of time to studying particular ideas and flashcards. It is comparable to the spaced practice that we previously discussed. How to get started. 1. Create electronic or physical flashcards, 1 card per concept. Label 3 to 5 electronic or physical boxes with study time periods. For example, Box 1 for cards to be reviewed every day, Box 2 for cards to be reviewed every other day, Box 3 for card to be reviewed every week. 3. Add your study times to your calendar for organizational purposes. How it works. Every flashcard will start in Box 1. As you answer a flashcard correctly, move the card into Box 2. Every other day, when you can't answer a flashcard in Box 2, place it back into Box 1. The one you can answer correctly will be placed in Box 3. Every week, when you study Box 3, you will move the card you can't answer back into Box 2. Follow the same method on each day until all of your cards have been moved to Box 3. Number 7. The SQ3R Method. SQ3R is the acronym for Survey, Question, Read, Recite, and Review. SQ3R are the 5 essential steps of reading comprehension proposed by American psychologist Francis P. Robinson. Through this sequence, the readers are expected to increase their understanding of the text by engaging in the reading process, both before, during, and after, intentionally. Survey. Instead of reading the entire book, start by skimming the first chapter and taking notes on any headings, subheadings, images, or other standout features like charts. Question. Formulate questions around the chapter's content, such as, what is this chapter about? What do I already know about this subject? Read. Begin reading the full chapter and look for answers to the questions you formulated. Recite. After reading a section, summarize in your own words what you just read. Try recalling and identifying major points and answering any questions from the second step. Review. Once you have finished the chapter, it's important to review the material to fully understand it. Quiz yourself on the questions you created and reread any portions you need to. Number 8. Pomodoro Study Method. The Pomodoro Study Method is a time management technique that uses a timer to break down your studying into 25-minute or 45-minute increments, called Pomodoro sessions. After each short session, you'll take a 5-minute or 15-minute break, during which you fully distance yourself from the study topic. After completing 4 such sessions, you'll take a longer 15 to 30-minute break. What is the takeaway? 1. Study before bedtime. 2. Exercise before studying. 3. Practice spaced study time. 4. Practice recall and retrieval techniques. 5. Explain complicated ideas and concepts in simple terms. 6. Learn by repetition. 7. Follow the steps of surveying, questioning, reading, reciting, and reviewing. 8. Break your study time into short sessions and take a break in between. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like this channel.